start it up.
Let it run.
Yep.
You tell me when to stop then.
Yeah, I'll yell out.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right, turn it off. Yeah, perfect. Plenty of oil up there at the head, which is good.
E Venturi, the intake that everyone talks about. It is a nice bit of carbon fibre.
It is a nice bit of gear.
So tappet cover's going back on, you're putting the vacuum pump on now. You've cleaned up the top of the head and put a little bit of silicone on there.
Yep.
Just a little bit.
Not a lot.
Once tappet cover's back on, put the timing case, put the halves on.
Yep.
Put them back on. And then
check everything.
Yep.
The other side down quite well.
So cleaning out the lower half of the timing case. So yeah, make sure not to get any silicone in here or here.
Make sure you don't get any shit in there.
Nicely cleaned up.
Yep. Dry it out with a bit of solid body cleaner or carby cleaner or something like that.
Yep. And then a light bit
apply
of
some
silicone.
Yeah, just a bead all around.
Just make sure the O-rings are in place.
One there, one over there.
For the oil pump.
All right.
Yeah.
Careful.
Get your bolts. How many bolts you got for it?
So that one there's got a little special washer on it. It's got a vulcanised rubber seal on the middle of it. And that goes to the very top here behind the...
Why is that, do you think?
It seals the oil. If there's any oil seepage through the bolt, that rubber, that little seal
Okay.
seals it off so it can't leak. You don't have to put anything on it.
All right. One short, lower timing case bolt. Goes up in the middle of the timing case at the top.
It's got to be this one here because it's in the middle of the case. There's not a lot of depth in that, so you don't want a long bolt there.
Okay. So that one that's sticking out right now.
Yeah, that one there should be the short one.
What are you doing here? You're cleaning up the top tappet cover, making sure your seals are in, because you don't want your rockers to get unlubricated. Those seals, yeah, they're back in. 1, 2. It's all cleaned up. Don't lose them.
Don't lose them.
What about the gasket on the tappet cover? That's all back in, clean.
Yeah, dry.
Those sensors, is that those sensors that?
Cam sensors, we'll put them in later.
Yeah. Okay.
Put a little bit of silicone in a few corners.
Yep.
A little bit along here, where the cases meet. Always put a little bit there, like that. And a little bit in this corner, just out there.
Mhm.
That's it. That's all you need. Dry the corners out where the silicone goes. Check everything inside, make sure it's okay. Make sure we haven't left any sockets inside. That's all good, that's all good. Nothing's dropped inside. All our rockers are in place and everything looks sweet. That's in. The seals are in. All right, I'm happy with that. Now we slowly put our rocker cover back on. Slowly guide it down there. All going well. It should just drop down in there. Down over the spark plug tubes. Bob's your uncle. You good?
We're good.
Don't give that a bit of a wipe.
Put an O-ring on that.
Yeah, there's an O-ring on it. It's got oil on it, so it should be fine. Drop that in.
Long bolt in the middle.
And then the other one next to it here.
Yep.
Long one, but not as long as the other one. Longest one in the middle. The next
Second longest there.
there.
Yeah.
Cam sensor bolts. They go down in there. They actually screw into the
The head.
into the one of the housings on the top of the head. That's why the bolts are long. You think they'll be short, but they're not. They're longish. Then these ones here should all be the same. So all of these, check them, but I'm pretty confident these should all be the same. Yep. So then you start dropping these in.
So this is the low pressure side intake from the E Venturi intake. Putting that back down and in.
Here goes down. Got a couple little things on it, right? Down like that, 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 down in there. Okay, so that goes in there. The piston's in there. Don't forget that piston. Otherwise you're not going to have any pump pressure. High pressure, pump pressure.
Yep.
And that goes in one way only. It's a little All right, so drop that in. Put your rubber seal on. Make sure everything lines up. Then you slowly drop that in. Now, if it's not on the high side of the cam, this should go down easy. And it is. To make this easier, you can wind the engine over a little bit
Yep.
and that'll drop down to tighten it up.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
So everything's timed now, so we can wind the engine over, no problem.
Notice that?
Yep, just dropped. So what have you noticed with the grease coming through?
Well, I've lubricated the turbocharger with a supplied
Yeah.
grease and oil mixture
Yeah.
to lubricate just on startup, initial startup. But what I found with it is you put your finger in the outlet of the compressor,
Oh, it's greasy.
it's leaking out of there a little bit, so I'm hoping that bearing is okay. See that?
Yeah.
That's coming out from inside there. It actually dripped out of there earlier. I thought, what the hell? There shouldn't be anything in there. But it looks like it's leaked out of there. So the bearing may be weeping a little bit on the compressor side.
Already?
Into the outlet, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't even started it yet. There's oil coming out of there, grease and oil.
What's a good upgrade, Dad? Little catch can.
Catch can.
Where do the breather hoses currently run? They're back into the intake.
Yeah, just into the intake. Comes off here, straight to the intake.
Keeps it a bit cleaner. Where would you put a catch can? It's only 3 cylinders, so you've got heaps of massive intake there.
Definitely there's a catch can.
So you would recommend a catch can.
Definitely.
The idea is, even though if there's nothing in there, it's
Well, you
a
don't want
backup.
anything in there, but you want it to be there in
It's
case.
a backup for blow by.
Yeah.
Okay. So get it back on there.
Get it back on there.
Okay. So especially when you're upping the boost, you'd be wanting to run a catch can in case you're getting any kind of blow by past the piston rings down into the crank and pressurizing the whole engine, and then causing oil to then needs to go somewhere, which goes out the breather hose.
Yeah, and it goes, and the breather hose normally is pumped straight back into the intake
And
of the
it's gonna
turbocharger.
Yep. So then oil is going to
You
go.
get all that oil vapor and oil into the intake, which could create all sorts of problems.
Right. So then you've got a catch can. That's just there as a backup.
Well, catch can goes in, so any
Yeah.
oil vapor, any oil, any
separate.
oil that comes out, it separates it,
Yep.
and then you only get the air going back into the intake, the fumes, sorry, the fumes, engine fumes.
Got it. We
Why did
are
I-
going to crank it. Is
Oh yeah,
this how you start it?
that's it.
Like the old days
The old days,
on the,
crank handle.
what's it called? That red car we had. La Niva. Ooh. It's not even naturally aspirated.
I like it.
Feels good.
That's got some compression. Ow. All right, feels good. I like it.
OW20. About what, 4.5 litres?
Just to top it up.
Put about 4.5 in there.
4.5 to 5 litres, I think, something like that it was.
Yep. All right, we're about to do a couple of little cranks to the engine. Get some oil feed up. The turbo, cams, everything we've changed over. Set. Again?
Yeah. There you go.
Again?
Yeah.
Is that a good length?
Yeah, that's good. There you go. Off! That's it. Yeah, beautiful. All right, let me check.
Ready?
Yeah.
I don't want to start, do I?
Now let it start, like that, like you did. Okay, same again. All right, one more time and let it run.
Let it run.
Yeah. All lights on. Is there an all light on these? I can't remember.
I've got fog lights, headlight light.
You got an all pressure thing? No. Should have.
Well, I can tell you if I turn it off now. And accessories, ABS, engine light. Got an engine light on.
Okay, switch it. Yeah, start it up. Engine light will probably stay on anyway, but yeah. No oil leaks under here, no thing leaking, no. Okay, yeah, start it, run it for longer this time, yep. All right, that sounds good.
Off.
Leave it running for a second with the L out. Nice. That's it. We're good. Yeah, no leak at the bottom of the turbo. No leak at the oil supply. Yeah, we'll run it for longer, but I'm happy with that.
They are tight. We've fitted them, barbs up here. It's all clamped on properly.
Some plugs tight.
Unplug's tight. It's all tight. To the outlet on the turbo is tight.
Yeah.
No leaks. We've run it a little bit.
All right, we've got one